Okay, perfect. So, like I was saying, the Panther is all about really releasing anything that is stagnating our growth and that is standing in the way of us aligning with, like we were talking about, our abundance and all of these opportunities that the universe always has for us. Sometimes we're almost so distracted, like you're saying, by all of these different things that we're not able to see the blessings that are available to us or the simple changes or action steps that we can take that will align us with those things that will just be of our highest good for ourselves and those around us. So it's definitely a card of like strength and power as well, because in order to face those things that, have been comfortable to us, or perhaps they've been a part of your life for a long time, whether they be patterns, thought patterns, people in your life, routines, letting go of those things can, it requires strength. That's why, they've been there, because they're comfortable. So it's definitely an indication to be gentle with yourself as you're, reflecting and changing with the seasons. It's very timely as the seasons are changing, to release the old in order for the new to come in. So, yeah, I'm loving the Panther energy. It's very appropriate for everything that's going on.
And that's the collective consciousness, right? That's like
Yes.
what is out there right now, not just one human, but everyone.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes. I think everybody can, relate it in whatever way that makes sense in their life. Because, like I said, you can be releasing so many different things. It could be small or big, depending on the person. But I think that always being open to that change allows you to co-create with the universe in a way that will bring forth those things that are just in your highest alignment, your highest good. They're going to bring the most peace, and prosperity as well.
Okay, cool. The meditation thing, is that different
Mm-hmm.
to that, or is it separate? Like,
Yeah, it's going to be different. If that's cool, if you're still like have
yeah,
time for that. Perfect.
yeah.
So I think I usually will play my bowls, but I don't think the sound will probably pick up too well on here. So we're just going to do it without it, which is fine. I have some music right here. So I'm going to begin. You can close your eyes, whatever's comfortable for you, and just settle in wherever you're seated, wherever you're listening. And we're just going to take a moment and notice your breath. And just notice the inhale, notice the exhale, without changing anything, just noticing. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And whenever you're ready, exhale through the mouth. Another deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. One more deep inhale. And exhale to release. And allow your breath to find a nice comfortable rhythm with slow, gentle inhales and exhales. Now we're going to bring our attention, awareness to the top of your head. And just notice as a white light begins to flow into the crown of your head. This white light is bringing fresh, healing, cleansing energy, life force energy. And as it enters the crown chakra and cleanses and clears this space, You may notice it change into a beautiful purple color. And as it fills this area, it infuses this fresh life force energy, bringing new connection to the divine, to source, to spirit. And just notice how you feel as this energy moves through the space. As you continue to breathe, inhaling and exhaling. Notice as the light continues to travel down, this time into your third eye, located between your brows. Your third eye is a beautiful indigo color, so you may notice this beautiful color as the light shifts here, swirling and cleansing, infusing fresh healing energy, releasing any stagnation, any blocks to your intuition. And just notice how you feel as this energy moves through this space. And as you continue to breathe, notice as the light travels down, this time into your throat chakra, located at the base of the neck, your center of communication and expression. Notice how you feel as this light swirls and cleanses and clears this space, releasing anything that no longer serves you and bringing fresh healing energy. Relax your shoulders down, release any tension. You may notice a beautiful blue color. And just continue to breathe as the energy swirls through this space. Next, as you continue to breathe, notice as the light continues to travel down, this time into your heart chakra, located in the center of your chest. Your heart chakra is your center of love and compassion, both for the self and for other people. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And when you're ready, exhale through the mouth. We'll do one more. Deep inhale. And let it go. As the energy moves through this space, you may notice a beautiful green or pink color. As this beautiful life force energy heals and cleanses, rebalancing and recalibrating the energy in this part of your body. And just breathe and notice how you feel. Now, as you continue to breathe, notice as the light continues to travel down, this time to the solar plexus. This chakra is located about 2 inches above the navel, our center of empowerment, confidence, the ability to stand in your truth. Notice how you feel as the energy moves through this space, bringing a beautiful golden yellow energy, infusing this area with light, cleansing and clearing any stagnation, any self-doubts, any fears. And just notice how you feel as the energy moves through the space. As you continue to breathe, inhaling, exhaling. Next, notice as the energy continues to travel down, this time into the sacral chakra, located about 2 inches below the navel, our center of abundance and creativity, of sexuality, expression. This chakra is a beautiful orange color. So you may notice this beautiful color as the energy swirls, cleansing and clearing this space, balancing the energy, releasing anything that no longer serves you, thought patterns, emotions, memories. Let it all go. And just breathe here, inhaling and exhaling. And last but not least, the energy moves down, this time into our root chakra. Our root chakra located at the base of our spines. Our ability to ground and feel connected. Our connection to ancestors, to the material, our job, the earth. This beautiful chakra is resonating at a red color. So you may notice this as the energy swirls and moves through this space. And just notice how you feel as you breathe, allowing this healing, grounding energy to move through your root chakra, down your legs, out through your feet, grounding you into the earth, supporting you. And just breathe here for a moment. And just notice how you feel as you relax back into this immense support. Now, just gently scan your body. Notice if there's any last little areas of tension. And see if you can breathe into those spaces. Let it go. Now we're going to take one nice deep breath in through the nose. And whenever you're ready, exhale through the mouth. And gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring your awareness back into your body. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Holy shit, that was 15 minutes.
That's
15 minutes.
crazy. That's crazy. I don't,
15 minutes. I
yeah,
fell asleep 6 times during that, and when you started speaking again, I came back.
that's amazing.
Like like when you're on the couch watching TV and you're trying not to fall asleep, and your brain gets that like that. I can only describe it as like a stinging feeling, like it sort of like goes in and then you wake up again. That stinging feeling. Well, that thing happened
Yes,
6 times.
that's wild. Ooh, I feel like it was probably energy releasing too. Um, I don't know if you like like have had energy work or work with energy, but often I find that when there's like deep, releases in whatever way, or if there's things that are releasing that we almost can't be like conscious for, like our body will naturally, like you said, put you into that place where you're in like a surrender state that's just deeper than what we'd be able to almost in just like a more fully conscious state. Um,
So
yeah.
when say I nodded off like 6 times, right? I
Yes.
suddenly go unconscious and go back to conscious. That is the exact time when my TV clicks. So whatever's happening in my
Mm,
brain, when I go into a unconscious state, it's a different frequency. It's like a deep meditation. Once you
yeah.
go under, like you go past a certain frequency, it does shit to my bedroom and my TV. That's when it clicks. And
Hmm.
often, as soon as I nod off, TV clicks, it bloody wakes me up because it's such a loud crack. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But how did you feel? Like, do you have any? What was your experience?
I felt amazing. I mean, I was seeing plants, like the roots of plants sprouting. So you know how I said I'm planting the seed and that middle
Hmm.
bit started to grow? I saw so many different plants of that, the ring just sprouting through. I saw I think I saw spirals, but I think that was the plant coming through. Um, I was seeing like colors, just like the middle, like colors, like the third eye thing I saw that was purple, like an eye. Um,
Hmm.
I can't believe it's 15 minutes. It's like when I hit my head on the floor once and I knocked myself out. I don't know how long I was there for, right? So
Oh my
when
God.
when I nod off, you might not have said something for say 30 seconds or a minute. So I could have fallen asleep for a minute before you said something again. And if that happens 6 times, right, then that's like 6 minutes of being asleep. It's quite phenomenal. So you're saying that when you nod off, that feeling of like when you try and resist the urge to sleep, right? But you just have to go. I call it the toxins, like sponging, like just squeezing out that toxin, right? When you fall asleep, and then you sort of, right? When that happens, I'm releasing a toxin, but you're saying I'm probably releasing an energy, which
Hmm.
is in the form of a toxin in my brain, like a muscle, yeah?
Hmm.
That bit between
Hmm.
going in consciousness and out.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I tried not to fall, right? But it's a natural thing.
It's like it
So
doesn't, it wants you to surrender to it. I always encourage my clients, I'm like, if you feel like that feeling of like suddenly needing to go to sleep, I'm like, that
it's a
is
little
your
nap.
body like telling you to do it. Like you're like, that's beautiful.
A
So
cat nap. Like
it
that charges people
is.
throughout the day. Like you don't need a 20-minute sleep.
Yes.
Just nod off for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Just for your brain to transition between,
Hmm.
you know, subconscious mind and conscious mind. That and you have
Yes.
so much energy throughout that day. Whereas if you resist the urge to go, you're battling like nature saying, I need a break, man.
Yes. And that combined with Reiki or energy work, I feel like it just like can reset your system in a way that, like I said,
Literally.
subconsciously people will block certain energies and they don't mean to. It's just, if certain patterns are they're highly identified with, or certain things they're like not quite ready to let go of, then yeah, they're going to like even though they're saying they want healing, energetically they're resisting it. So their body will sometimes put them in that subconscious state in order for that energy to kind of be more receptive.
And what I was also thinking is, it's like 4:30 in the afternoon. I had 10 hours sleep last night. I'm not even tired.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell am I falling asleep? And if
Yeah.
I try and go to
It's
bed
the
tonight,
energy.
it
Mm-hmm.
might take me about 5 minutes to nod off. So
Mm-hmm.
why is it that I could, as I said, nod off 6 times in the space of 15 minutes, right? But yet trying to
Mm-hmm.
fall asleep can sometimes be not as quick, and it goes down to getting your brain into that quiet mode. And if you need an external
Yes.
party like a person or a YouTube video to do it, do it. And I
Yes.
recommend falling asleep to it literally can be Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter audiobook. When your brain is listening to somebody else, it's not using its own machine. So it's
Mm.
surrendered to itself, is allowing you to take control. And when you take control, a different part of the brain is listening compared to when you're
Mm.
thinking. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
keeps the brain active, that kind of thinking brain. You shut that brain down, use what I call the ear brain, listening, and then you just literally just your brain shuts
Mm.
down. For the first time, it's not thinking by itself, it's allowing somebody else to take control, and you fall asleep in
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, I see. I don't experience that as much with talking. Like, I almost find that I'll tend to have dreams about whatever I fall asleep listening to. So sometimes that's not
Yeah,
good. But when I,
like
I
watching the
listen
TV.
to, oh, I cannot. It's so funny. I'm very sensitive to those things. So I've found that listening to like healing frequencies when I'm sleeping, like I'll listen to 528 hertz and I'll
Yeah,
listen to 432, like whatever I'm kind of drawn to. But listening to those, oh my goodness, that helps me so much. As well as, of course, selenite under the pillow and different crystals and some Reiki as well. So yeah, I'll give you my information for my Reiki sessions in case anybody really liked that and is interested in booking a reading or a healing, because I think having those moments of just, like we said, pause and just resetting the energy, it can be so transformative. Especially with so much fear collectively that's kind of been stirred up. It's really beautiful for those moments of just like nourishing yourself and self-care and making sure that people are really taking those times to touch in whatever way that is helpful for them. So I'll make sure to give that.
on that note of fear over faith, right? Like for
Yes.
example, like the coronavirus. If you don't go out in case you catch it, you're choosing fear over faith. When you understand the science behind
Yes.
it, how many cases in your area, have you already had it? Yes, you've already got antibodies. When you like go through the process of what is this fear coming from, it's just simply you choose fear as a person over faith. It doesn't matter what it
Yes.
is, right? If you have seafood or shell food, if you're thinking, oh, that one bit of lobster could give me tingles, and it's like, for fuck's sake, when did that even happen? Okay, and then the person that did get it, why did they get it? Because they had 10
Mm-hmm.
lobsters. Well, they had 10 fucking lobsters. Yeah, have one and you'll be fine.
Yes.
So if you choose fear over faith, then you're fighting the urge to sleep, basically, is what I'm getting at. You're trying to fight that natural feeling of go forward with something. You're trying to go back, and that just
Mm-hmm.
creates so many problems. Like, imagine how many times people try and resist the urge to sleep when they don't want to, say when they're at school or when they're in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Just say to your boss, I need fucking 2 minutes, mate, to have a nap. 2 minutes, and you'll be
Mm-hmm.
so more productive throughout the day. Whereas if you're nodding off and coming back, nodding off, coming back, your
Mm-hmm.
body's telling you something. Like, we're not machines, we're humans. Yeah, you have to work, pay your bills. 5 minutes is not going to do anything. It's a fag break, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
How many
No, I
fag
think
breaks do
that's
people have in the day?
exact. I've actually started to think about the same. I'm like, I'm just gonna pretend that that's what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna be meditating for 10 minutes. Like, that's great. So yeah, no, taking the breaks when needed is such a big theme with all of the things happening. And exactly, I'm not talking about stirring the collective fear up. We don't have to get sucked into that by any means. But as sensitive people, I think there's definitely more of that just kind of in the air. And so just making sure you're definitely taking that time to nourish yourself or check in will just help you from realizing that that fear isn't yours. Like, you don't have to attach to it. Like we're saying, there's nothing to really be afraid of at all. Um, but yeah, just making sure you're nourishing yourself, and just it allows you to kind of also let it all roll off and let people do what they need to do, and you can just do what you need to do, which I think is such a big lesson that many people need to grasp.
So I used to work in a restaurant, right? And I used to be
Yes.
hosting the door. I was on my feet, walking backwards and forwards, taking customers to the
Mm-hmm.
table all day,
Yes.
just for me
Mm-hmm.
to get a break. I used to say to the manager, I need to take a shit. So I could sit on the toilet just to rest my legs. That
Yes.
that 5 minute rest where my weight wasn't on my legs
Mm-hmm.
saved me for the remaining of the shift. If I
Mm-hmm.
continued on my legs, they're throbbing. So just 5 minutes gives your legs a break. If you have to
Mm-hmm.
go and take 4 poos in the day and lie to your manager and say, I need to go to the toilet, just so you can meditate, just so you can sit on
Mm-hmm.
that loo and shut fuck up and shut everything else around you, the restaurant noise, just to sit for 5 minutes in silence. I mean, most people they need 5 minutes to take a shit anyway. So what difference does it
Literally.
make whether you're not shitting or you are? That five
Literally.
minutes calm your brain. It makes you relax. You go back on the floor. You're not stressed. You're not anxious. You see things
Yes.
clearly. You're honestly, it's a savior. Just that
It
5 minutes
is.
of meditation. And no
Yes.
one's going to say, sorry, you've already had 4 toilet breaks today. It's a human right. If you need to go to the toilet, you have to go.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I fully support that. I mean, ideally, if you can get outside, that's even better. Because I think,
Of
like, just
course.
breaking the energy of like being in a certain space. Like, when I think back or just think about people who are just in a certain building, or like when you're our ancestors, like we were outside all the time, like energetically, if you start to feel kind of chaotic after being indoors all day, well, yeah, that makes sense. Like you're
Stagnant
needing the,
energy.
yes, yes, it's like all compacted. So you need to get outside. So yeah, like I find that so helpful if you start to feel like flustered, just like go outside, like you said, 5 minutes. Close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths, like look at the beautiful life that's coming back into bloom. Oh my gosh, it can shift your whole energy. And you can, like you said, you can take on the rest of your day with, you know, you're not afraid and you're just like
It's
ready for anything.
it's like being at school doing an exam or revising or doing homework. Your brain can only focus for say 18 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're focusing or talking, you're using your
Yes.
brain. It can only it's like 18 minutes or something, right? If you have a break, you literally start again. If you're in a classroom for an hour and
Mm-hmm.
I've gone off after 18 minutes, nothing is getting in my head from that
Yep.
moment. If I just go for a walk and come back, I've
Mm-hmm.
reset myself. And what's crazy is people allow people to go outside for a cigarette to kill themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you said, excuse me, manager, can I go out for a 5 minute meditation, right?
They'd be
They'll
like,
be
no.
like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you on about meditation? Like, get back, clean those tables. And then he goes out for a fag. But
Yeah.
this is so productive as a human being to function. Yet that fag is killing you. It's it's really stupid, actually. It's
It's
ridiculous.
wild. No, it's something I've thought about recently too. And I'm like, huh. So I don't really feel as bad when I do ask for those breaks whenever I need them in whatever situations. Cause I'm like, you know what? Asking for what you need is so important, and it doesn't really matter what they think about it anyway.
You should do an experiment, right? You should say to one manager, can I go out for a cigarette and see what they say? Can I go to the toilet? See what they say. Can I go for a walk? See what they say. Can I go for a meditation? See what they say. Can I go on my phone? See what they say. You should try all these different scenarios and see how they
Mm-hmm.
respond. Just as a science, as a experiment, as a human experiment, basically, or a social experiment, right?
Right.
And
Like,
then
what's
you could like
acceptable? What's not acceptable?
exactly like can I call my granddad because he's old and he wants to hear from me and see if they feel compassion towards that, where some
Mm-hmm.
other bastard manager might be like, you can wait till afterwards, yeah. Then you can sort of like just see what can you get away with as a human being, and just to understand like life. As you said, caves, even they were outdoors, they're rocks, right? They're part of the
Mm-hmm.
universe, so you're indoors but technically you're outdoors. When I'm
Literally.
indoors all day and I don't open a window, I can smell what I call human sleep smell, right? When
Yes.
like that's stagnant energy. Open that window and fuck me, it's just amazing that smell comes in.
Yes.
And I know people growing up who never used to open a window, never used the
Yep.
dust. So you've got dead
Yes.
cells just floating around your room, breathing it
I'm
in.
like,
The, the carpet,
that is
they
my
don't
nightmare.
the carpet they don't hoover, the bed sheets they don't like. I mean, there's so
I
much
know.
dust and dead energy, and I make it in my mission to hoover and dust every single week, open my window every single
Yes.
day to get
Yes.
fresh energy in.
It is. And that's the thing. It really does. It's energy. And people, I don't think realize that. It's not just about the appearance, which, I mean, mentally and visually, it's very calming to have, a space that is not dirty, of course, but
Yes.
energetically, when there's dirt and dust and clothes all over, or things like trash piling up, that literally starts to collect denser energies as well. And so you don't realize that it's preventing you in some ways from moving forward in different areas of your life, but it kind of is. I know I felt that, where it's hard to focus wherever it is. I clean my space, I can move forward on things in so quickly that I'm like almost laughing. Like, that was funny how quickly the energy shifted as soon as I swept or like mopped. Like, it seems so unrelated, but everything is connected, so it's completely related. The same happens when I sage my house, or if I like spray, like I make this little like meditation mist that has like Reiki energy and like crystals and like aromatherapy. And whenever I use it, the energy shifts so immensely. It's just so beautiful, because again, like, we have control over these things, but until we do that, the energy will remain. So yeah.
I've got a question for you. So, for example, when you have plants in your house, it's giving off life energy, right? When you've got dead
Yes.
cells, dust, that's dead human energy, right? That's like
Yes.
having chicken skin just, floating around. That's dead, right?
Literally.
Got a question.
Literally.
The answer is both, but your opinion, right? When you burn something,
Mm-hmm.
you're killing it, you're dying. So I presume when you light the
Mm-hmm.
sage, you're lighting it.
Yes.
So the smoke is dead, it's death, but it still has a positive life force effect. So is it mainly a mindset, or is the sage that's burning, which is, I suppose, dead, actually doing anything scientifically particle wise, if that makes sense?
Yes, no, like, and it actually like scientifically has antibacterial properties when you burn it. I want to say antimicrobial, so like might be some antiviral things as well, but don't quote me on that. I'd have to look into that. But it like cleanses the air physically as well as
Right.
spiritually, energetically. Um,
And this
but
is
agreed.
just sage. You couldn't just burn, say, a mint plant or a coriander plant. It's specifically sage, which has some kind of chemical reaction. So you can't just like burn any plant,
So
right?
yeah, well, it's also like indigenously, it was used by, I want to say, many like Native American cultures. And so, I mean, different parts of the world use different plants. Like Palo Santo is a wood that you can use to burn. But honestly, I think burning things you have around you is great too, because then you're not, over harvesting or contributing to things like that. But like, this is my sage. I guess they won't be able to see this, but you can. It's like a big sage. This is my big
Oh,
buddy.
massive
I
joint.
keep it. It does. It looks like a big joint. But it's beautiful. And so I burned that. I burned it before we got started, just to cleanse and clear the air. It's also very protective. I'll cleanse it afterwards as well. But I always open a window, because you did bring that point to the fact that it's technically smoke. It's,
Yes.
contributing to more density.
Even like incense sticks, I sort of think,
Yes.
yeah, it's spiritual, but this is fucking chemicals and shit. Like, surely this can't be good for me.
Yeah, like open a window for sure, if possible. Even just because you don't want to be breathing in particulates like that. I know I'm guilty of that as well sometimes when it's winter and it's cold, but especially now that it's getting warmer, at least here over in PA. Um, yeah, it's having that fresh air is just so healthy and healing for sure.
I think I might get a sage plant afterwards. I'm either going to get the seed or I'm going to get a plant somehow, and I'm going to whack it with my
Yes,
other plants because I don't know how much sage my mum eats, but it's just nice to have that to burn. Just, whatever.
absolutely. Absolutely. You would just probably dry it first, and then yeah, you'd be ready to go. That's
Right.
awesome.
Anything you want to promote whilst you're here? Websites?
Sure, absolutely. So, I don't even know if I introduced myself. I'm Alyson Victoria. I do Reiki sessions and oracle readings. I do some mindfulness coaching. I also make like meditation mists and some different Reiki infused elixirs. So, all of them are available at my website, which is MarikiMoonWellness.com. And so my Instagram is also Mariki Moon Wellness. I love to do like daily collective readings, similar to the one that we did here today. I'll post, mini sound healings and little Reiki things as well. So yeah, I'd love to connect with you. If you have any questions about anything that we kind of talked about or went into, feel free to reach out.
Okay, wait there. I'll just press stop.